streaming, start recording. Um, and
Yes,
we're
let's go
on.
on.
Here we are. We are on. Here we are.
Oh, hey.
Woo.
Hi, everybody.
Very nice.
Welcome to another edition of Podcast Live.
Nice.
Sonia,
That's
take it
pretty
from
good.
here.
Take it away. Yes, everyone, welcome back. Welcome back. It's been another week. We are here to talk with another creator of a show, a Quebec French show, and the project is called the Gertrude Projet. Um, but I will
Means
let
Project.
yes. I will introduce Molly Lacoursière. Molly will tell you more about the project in depth exactly and why she decided to make this project and where this came from. But first of all, Molly, first of all, welcome. And we have,
Thank you.
yeah, this is what
Oui,
the
Molly, comment
ta-
ça va?
oh boy.
Bien, merci.
Ah, oui. Je parle français très bien.
Allons-y. Um, okay. I'm
Désolé.
not going to speak French. I'm just kidding. No, French is awesome. I'm working on my French accent. So Jose, Poe, and me, Sonia, we are going to do this Tapcast. And Molly, could you please tell us when you got into animation, how you got into animation, what have you been doing in the animation industry, and everything all
Right.
about you?
Oh, so many questions. Okay. So, obviously I'm from Quebec. I did all my study there. So I went to school for animation. University actually. There was one program at university called 2D and 3D animation. So I took that. And actually, funny story, I did not know what animation was when I subscribed to the course. I just knew that I like drawing. So I was like, let me try this. And then I fell in love with animation. And now we are here. So um, I had a job in Quebec in animation, my first job there. But then the branch that was doing the 2D part of animation closed, so I had to find something else. And then my journey all over Canada started, where I started to move around. So I ended up working in Nova Scotia and in Ontario for Vancouver and stuff like that. So that was a lot of fun. And yeah, so what was the other questions again?
Your project. Tell us like about your project. What is it about,
Gertrude.
really? Yeah,
Who is
Gertrude.
Gertrude? Who is
Who
she?
is Gertrude? I think that before I go on to that, if that's okay, I would like to talk about why I'm making it.
Yeah.
Oui.
Because I feel like that's kind of gonna help understand the rest. So like there's a few reasons why I want to actually make this. So the very first thing is because I want to see more Quebecois culture on screen. I feel that it is lacking. We do have some, but like it's not really exported outside of Quebec a lot. It is, but like not that much. So it would be great to have more of that. Kind of like the Japanese anime like did, like now everyone watch animes. Everyone knows about
Hmm.
animes. Everyone watch like animes in Japanese subtitle in their language. So I am hoping that hopefully someday will be the same for Quebec culture. You'll be like, hey, I want to listen to it in Quebecois subtitle in my language. So that's one of the reason. Because like when I moved outside of Quebec, I realized that a lot of English people outside of Canada didn't know about Quebec at all, or didn't even know that Quebec was in Canada.
Where is Quebec? Where is Quebec?
What's Quebec?
Is that in
Is that the
Europe?
country?
Is that a European
Yeah.
country?
Is
No,
that
but
the
you'd be surprised. I actually met a couple people that where they were asking me where I was from. They were like, Quebec? What? What is that? Where's that? And then I was saying Montreal, and they're like, oh yeah, Montreal. And I was like, okay.
Because it's always Montreal. They never
Yes,
think about
exactly.
Quebec as the city or,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, or the province.
or
Like
Quebec City
yeah,
or
yeah,
the
yeah. They know
province, but
more. Yeah, they know more about
they,
the city than the province, which is very funny. But it
like
makes
so much
sense.
Yeah, and there's so much talent that comes out of Montreal. There's actually it's such a lively city that Montreal is, like where there's so much culture in there that it's sad that sometimes I have to leave Ottawa to go see the culture in Montreal
I love
because
Quebec
it is
City.
better.
Quebec City all the way.
Honestly, yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Quebec City's gorgeous.
You
Absolutely
I
agree. It's just
like
longer
Montreal
to
is
get there.
cute with culture. I think if I
Cute.
can't go to Quebec City, I'll stay home. So
Yeah. But there's a lot of art in all the areas, like music,
Mm.
drawings, cinemas and whatever. Like especially in Montreal, they're very big on art and culture. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Ontario, take note.
Yeah. Yeah, to go back on what I was saying, like it would be great to kind of try to break that language barrier between
Mhm.
French and English and like try to export the French stories into the outside of um outside of Quebec. So that's kind of it. And then the other thing that I wanted to really talk about, that the core of why I'm making this story specifically, like why am
mhm.
I talking about this old lady that's like super eerie, hairy, with like weird stuff happening with her boobs, is because so so, like many other kids, I had a tough childhood. I'm not going to go into details, but basically, where I want to get at is that through my darkest time, I was watching Naruto. And for those who don't know about Naruto,
By the
it's a
way,
long
that's Naruto in English.
I was a nerd when I was a kid, just saying. So yeah, so it's a lonely problem kid that is bullied and has never been really taken seriously and want to prove to people that he can also do it. And then however hard life is, Jesus, English. So he pushed through and then he eventually make it. So like this cartoon has a lot of like very nice hopeful lessons in it. And I don't exaggerate when I say like drawings and cartoon have like really helped me in my life. So like it gives me hope, and um it gives me the hope that I can also like work hard enough to get out of whatever was happening, and I did it. So where I'm trying to get at is that I want to make funny stupid stories that like also will help someone. So I'm hoping that like this story can be the Naruto of someone, like my Naruto. So like that's kind of the main thing.
I
And
wanted.
also,
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
go
Go on.
ahead.
I'm
No, no,
so
no,
bad
go
with
ahead.
interruptions. I wanted to ask you why you chose to make this an adult show versus
Right.
younger audience.
Because I like to watch adult show. Because like in our the animation industry, so I am a 2D animator and animation director and supervisor, all that stuff. But so through like
I'm sorry.
my
I'm sorry. Hold on. What do you mean all that stuff? We will. I
I
think there's people there who'd be interested to know
I
about
mean,
what you've done and worked on.
that's fair. That's fair. I didn't. I skipped through it a bit.
Plug
I skipped through it a bit.
it.
So well, I guess I worked on a bunch of like kid stuff, like Python and Pony, and Last Kids on Earth on Netflix.
Hmm.
Ostinado, which is on Netflix too, which is our project that I made with Sonia and other women in animation, and also some adult shows. There was what's the name? The Vindicators. I don't know if anyone know about it, but it's a spin-off of Rick and Morty, like in the same universe, basically. That was very fun to work on. And like this
Never
other
heard of it.
show with like David DeVito about like this possessed kid and the devil. I don't remember the title, but that was also very fun. So uh yeah, stuff like that. And I really so like usually like in the Canadian animation industry, it's more like producing kid stuff, which there's nothing wrong with. It's also producing adult stuff, but really less. And I just wanted to create something that I would like to watch, which is an adult cartoon with a lot of stupid shit in it that would make me laugh. So that's kind of that's kind of that's kind of why. Um, yeah.
Awesome. So what kind of like at what stage are you in right now with creating your IP? Like you have scripts for a whole season? Do you only have a few? How far are you into your project?
Yeah, so like I have the script of season one written and locked, and I did not wrote the other ones because I'm trying to just make the one right now. Although I do like I do had how you say that? I did plan out all the 10 episodes of the first season. Like I know what's gonna happen in each episode. I just need to write it, basically. And it's gonna be three seasons of 10 episodes each. And I also know like what's gonna be the arc for season one, two, and three. Um, and yeah, and right now like Sonia is doing storyboard for this. So like she's doing the storyboard for episode one, and right now I am going through all the designs of the characters of episode one. We have 17 characters. We
Oh,
recently just yeah, we recently just achieved a milestone. So like I finished all 17 characters three-quarters. So I know like what they look like from one view, and now I have to go back on all of them and then do the full rotation on all the views on them. But that has been a lot of fun to do. So yeah.
that's huh.
So I just want to ask you, for those out there who've never written scripts and are kind of like, I don't know, I'm personally like very intimidated by writing scripts or writing for the idea of a script. Could you describe what it's like for you to write a script for the first time? How did you approach that? Like, what did you, how did you figure it out?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I so when I was at university, I had a course about like how to write script. Although I don't remember most of the stuff that they were talking about. So like when I sat down to like write it, I was like, oh, what was it again that I was supposed to do? So I did a little bit of research, so like to try to have like the standard stuff. But my script is not standard. Like it's not like written in a standard scripting, but there is like all the information needed, I guess. But it was so the way I approached it, because I'm not a writer really. I just like wrote it as if I was watching, as if I was watching it. So I was kind of describing what I was seeing in my head, and then doing the dialogue and all that stuff. So I was like, so the my formula, I guess, was like I was describing a bit what I was seeing, then I was going on with like what the character were they doing and feeling, and then I was doing dialogue and then repeat. And I was so like I so kind of like when at school you write a story with like you know the basic beginning, end, and middle and end.
Hmm.
I was like, okay, I know what's going to be about. I know like what are going to be the main milestone of
Hmm.
like this is going to happen, and this is how it ends. And then I decided to just write it to just write it and just see how it goes. So I just wrote whatever I thought without really knowing where it was going to go. And then after that I went back on it and tried to make this better. So yeah, it's a bit of a messy process that it was for me, I guess,
Yeah,
at the beginning,
I
but
mean,
it
yeah,
worked out.
whatever works, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just curious, how did you, as for creating characters and as you were writing them, were you designing them as you were writing them out, or did you actually just wrote them all out and then this is what they're going to be like, and then sat down and designed each and one of them separately?
Yeah, that was once it was not really like in order, like in terms of like when I started to have the idea for Gertrude, I just had her in mind. Like I just knew how she would look like, and I knew that I wanted to make something with her, but I didn't knew what the story was going to be. And then I just put that design like on the shelf and then forgot about it. And many years later, I went back to it and I was like, oh, actually, maybe I could do this and that. And I just started having ideas about it. And then I started to write a story around it. And after that, I came back and I was like, okay, I need more characters in that story.
Ah,
And then I started imagining like some other characters. So for example, like in this story, she is in a motorcycle gang called the Evil Pugs. And I was like,
Okay.
all right, I need to fill out the bicycle gang with other characters. So then I started to think of like what I could bring on, and then that's kind of how it started. So it was a bit all over the place. So it was like I was thinking of like who they could be, writing it on paper without
Right.
knowing what they would going to look like, but somehow knowing who they were as a person helped me design them later. So it was like a bit of back and forth, if
Oh,
that
that's
makes sense.
yeah, yeah. Did you find the same process going through doing the world building? Did you do the world building at the same time, or did you go about it as these are my characters? Okay, now what world do they live in, and how you know the look of everything? How did you come about that?
Yeah, that's also a very good question. So, like a while ago, I was working at Atomic Cartoon, and I that's when I started to build the world of Gertrude. That I decided to like actually create something, and I heard that we needed to do a pitch Bible for it.
Hmm.
So since I was working there, I asked the creative director at that time to just guide me through it, but outside of work, like just as like kind of like mentoring or teaching me. And this is where it started. Like he was asking me questions. He was like, "Okay, you have this character now. You have like those bicycle gang people. Uh, what does your world look like? Like, what are the
Right,
rules of your world?" Like it started to ask me like a bunch of questions to like kind of help me define more like what it is and how it looks like. And then once again, I went back and then I sat down for a couple months and I was like, okay, I need to figure out this. And then just ideas started to pop up like a bit everywhere. Like I was just
right.
like, before bed, I was like looking at the ceiling. I was like, oh, maybe this, it could look like that or like that. Or sometimes I was just watching a show and I'd be like, okay, that gives me an idea for something. So it was very messy process to be honest, but like I was lucky
Hmm.
to be guided by him to like actually structure my ideas better into making a Bible, which
Yeah,
is something I never done before.
yeah,
Although the design of the world has not been done yet. So like this is something that will be coming at some
yeah.
point.
Is there anything that it's inspiring you that you use as inspiration to build this world too? Like,
Yeah.
is there something like you have an idea of like, man, I love this show and this other show. I want them to like merge
Right.
into each other. And what were those?
Yeah, at first, when I was talking to people about this, I was always giving the example of like it's a mix of South Park and as any superhero movie together.
Yeah,
That was kind of like what I was aiming for. So
right.
it's like there's some action, serious stuff like superhero stuff, but at the same time it's super silly and like comedic. Well,
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping to achieve. So that's kind of like where I'm trying to go with this. So yeah, I hope that answered your question.
yeah. It does. It does. It does. Sonia, you have any questions?
Yeah, lots. Title, the title
Right.
of the project. First of all, I could say the title, but tell us the full title.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we call it the Project, but like the real title is like Gertrude l'héroïne ordinaire, which translate as Gertrude the ordinary hero. And the reason why I say the ordinary hero, I don't know if it's the same meaning in English, but in French, when you say that something is ordinary, it's something that, it's not impressive. It's just like whatever.
Yeah,
And it's funny because a hero usually is the opposite of that. But Gertrude is both. She is like a character. So this obviously is strongly inspired by my life, or an exaggerate version of like my fears and my flaws and other people that I met or that I knew or whatever. And like I mix everything together until like it created something new. And then so Gertrude specifically, she is like a marginalized person. She lived in a poor setting. She wasn't lucky in her life, and it led her to a life of crime. So we could say that she's an ordinary person. But then in this show, everyone that has superpowers are villains, actually. There's no hero per se until Gertrude. So because usually the people that have those powers, they use them to do bad things. And Where I was going with this?
Are
So
the
like, yeah. So then, so this, so the story is about like giving second chances, and it's not too late to change. So obviously, this is an old lady that had a life of like bad decision and crime and stuff like that. And at some point, she tries to do the right thing, and she want to change and being given a second chance to prove that she can do something also. So then she becomes a superhero. She tries to become a superhero. So yeah,
and
Nice.
so yeah, I was just gonna say, could you tell us a little more about the powers? Like
right.
they're
So
yeah,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I would say they're not like
Yeah,
usual,
they're not usual.
expected. Yeah.
That's the part that I had a lot of fun with.
You did,
So
you sure
like
did.
yeah, so like the way that it works in there is like the reason why the superpowers are only used by villain is because in this world, whoever if you had like too much unresolved issues or anger or like things that happen in your life that you just like stuff down and you never tried to deal with it, then at some point it's too much emotion or anger or whatever that is happening, and it comes out of your body in in the form of a disgusting power, and nobody choose what it
Oh.
is. And the
Disgusting power,
yeah,
you said?
yeah, because it's kind of
Okay.
like, I guess, a reflection of like how they feel inside, and like how they,
Right.
they're all like angry and whatever. So like it just comes out as something disgusting, some things that people look down at. So it's like there's no like really useful powers in there. So like Gertrude, the main character, she can she her boobs are elastic, like she can just like stretch
Okay.
them and do like silly stuff with them. So that's hers. There's no reason why her boobs specifically, is just that like that's how her body externalize her bad
Yeah.
her bad feelings. And then there's some others that have one control his pubic hair, and kind of
Okay.
like a void, so like he can swallow up people and you will never see them again. And he can he can, it's kind of like the, how you say that, the sands, like the sands that swallow you up.
Oh,
uh
the quicksand?
yes, exactly. So his,
Yeah.
yeah, that's his pubic hair or quicksands.
Ew.
uh and then there's another one that like have like special dentures. So like he has a lot
Okay.
of he can switch them, and he just like eat through metals, so like his stomach can digest metals and stuff, and he use it to rob banks. So like he open up the chest by like eating it away, and then gets what's inside, stuff like that. A lot of silly powers like that. So yeah, I hope that answered your question.
It sure did. It's
Yeah.
sure, and it sure is disgusting.
Yeah.
I
But pretty damn funny.
I was gonna say before you show some more of the material,
Right.
do you want to hop into your initial like Bible and show how it started out, or do you want to talk a
Yeah.
little bit about like your pilot and like the basic like tagline, storyline, like what is really the pilot about? Because you're working on the pilot right now, right?
Yeah, we are working on a pilot.
Hmm,
Yeah.
hmm.
So like yeah, I guess we can show the Bible how it started. Let me just share it here. Okay. Share. Okay. So I have it here if you want to show it.
Okay, I'm just gonna flip it back and we're gonna share it with everybody else. This is where it started, right? And what year did you
Yeah.
start working on this? Just
Oh my
context.
God. If I when okay, so when I started to work on the Bible, that's I think 3 years ago. But when I started to have the idea of Gertrude, it was at university. So that it's been like 10
Oh
years.
well.
It's been a while, but there was a lot of like breaks in between where I was just like sitting on it and not doing anything. But I would say like 3 years, like from now, like when I really started to actually like work on it seriously. So yeah, that's how it started. Like when I made the first pitch Bible for it. Um, so like this is the the old image of the poster. Then I have like this image here that you probably recognize. And that talks about
Oh
a
yeah.
bit like yeah, yeah, that talks a bit about like what it is about. And a quick line of it. So this Bible is in French though, but in English, what was it? It's like a surprising. I'm going to translate it. A surprising friendship is born between an old motorcycle lady, owning silly superpowers, and two Barbadian teenagers that just arrived into her village, convinced that she is like her favorite comic book superhero. The twins are following her new idol in the village looking for heroic adventures. So that's kind of how it started. And then I have like, Gertrude, presentation of her, presentation of the kids. That's some old drawings. Then I have like the twin. It was not finished at that time. And some of the powers that I drew like really quickly at a bit ago. So like she has like I wanted at that time, and I was like, oh, she's gonna have like special bras, and then she's gonna do special like power
Yeah.
stuff with her bras and her boobs. So she had like a sticky bra, and then like a bra
A
with
sticky
like
bro.
pins that would like come out, and then she was like, beat people up with that, and then she can do like a breast shield, like she can
Right.
inflate her boobs, and then it protects her and stuff. So that was kind of it. And this is the village, so like talking about where it is. So this town actually exists, is where I'm from originally. It's called Grand-mère, which translates as grandmother. It is an actual name of a town, and I thought it was so funny that I wanted to reuse it. So obviously like everything in this story is like fictional and has nothing to do with the actual town, but I thought it was funny. So yeah, and in this town, like of the fictional story, it's all old people that live in it. So
Only
there's
old
that.
people.
Oh, just old people except those two kids. Where they go to school, no one knows. But yeah.
Homeschooled.
Homeschooled, yeah, yeah, yeah. So then there's a bit about like the series, and then the villains, and then the other villains. Like that's some of the old drawings for them. Yeah, it's for adult in case I didn't mention it.
No, you did. You did.
Oh, we
Yeah,
talked
yeah,
about that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And just, some of the powers. Oh yeah, that one is a funny one. Like there's a women that have like really loose skin, and she can fly like those squirrels. The squirrels that can like stretch
Flying
their skin to
squirrels.
fly.
Oh,
Yeah, so she kind of had same principle there. She can do the same. So yeah, and that was the first Bible of
Cool.
it, with a little joke at the end.
and did
So
you
that's it.
want to talk a little bit about what it was like for you to assemble the Bible? And did you think of like pitching it at first when you just assembled the Bible?
Right,
Or do you want to
right.
look into like the images of where you took the show?
Yeah, so like at first, when this was happening, the goal was to pitch it to a bunch of people, and Sonia helped me actually, to do the pitch, because at that time I was doing the ACE program, which is like a career accelerator program for women, and it has nothing to do with Gertrude per se, but but through it, they did ended up helping me with the Gertrude stuff,
Mhm.
including Sonia, and then they were showing us how to pitch herself and how to pitch a show, and then I was like, hey, gonna give it a try and try to see what happens and who could be interested. So I pitched at Annecy to some people. I pitched in Ottawa with Sonia too, and in where again, Taffy, I think. So I pitched a lot. We pitched a lot, and then something I realized when I was talking with people about it is either there's no like in between. It's either they love it or they hate it, because it's not everyone that likes those type of shows. Like, the when I say type of shows is like it's not everyone that likes to watch South Park. So
Mhm.
like if you don't like South Park, you're probably not gonna like this. So that's kind of it's really like adult stupid stuff happening. Um, So I had like a good and bad experience. I learned a lot through it. And then I realized that like actually I don't want to sell the show because usually the goal of pitching is that you want to sell it. And I decided that I don't want that. I actually just want to create it um, by myself and have the full creative rights on it. Because when you pitch to other studios, obviously you let them in and then they also want to add their grain of salt, which is totally fine. But for this project, I just wanted to create it on my own and be able to add everything I wanted to add about the specific Quebec culture and the language and stuff. And that part I didn't want it to change. So that's why I went that way. Um,
Right.
Awesome. Do you want to flip to your
yeah.
images, or do you want to talk a little more about like the development of the style? Because the style is now a
Oh,
little
yeah.
different, right, than what it was.
Yeah, so like actually like my very first drawing of Gertrude, I don't have it like right now, but it was for a homework at university and
Right.
she really didn't look like that, but she did had the boob stuff going on. Um and my teacher came to me and was like, I think you have something there. I think it's very funny. I think you can do something with it. And then I just did nothing for many years and then I went back to it.
It's like opposite. Yeah, I could
Yeah,
do
yeah, I
something
was
with
like,
it
oh
and do
yeah,
nothing.
sure. And then I didn't know what to do with it, so I just left it there. But then when I came back on it, then it evolved into what you're seeing now. Like,
Yep,
if you want to share the screen, I can show that.
yep, we're looking at it now.
So, oh yeah, oh you're looking at it. Okay,
Hmm.
cool. So yeah, so that's the final design of hers. But she went through like uh, 3 or 4 other iteration in the past until like this is what you're looking for. So this is her ordinary outfit, but she also has a hero outfit, which is the one that you guys saw in the on the page.
Bible. I actually want to ask you something because you're an animator and you're an animation director, um, but you designed these, and that's a full character
Hmm.
rotation, and you're also actually you know how to rig, right?
Yeah.
So could you talk a little more about how you got into this? Because not all animators do rotations, right? Or is that just normal standard
uh,
practice?
well, um, well, once again, is like character design is not something that I do for a job.
Hmm.
Although I do know about it because like when you work in animation, you see those sheet. You end up seeing
Yeah.
those rotation sheet and stuff. And also I did do that at university because they were making you do like all the jobs,
Hmm.
until you find what you like. I always like drawing by itself, so like character design is something that interests me, but not as a job, I guess, or I just never tried it. So like for the rotation, to me, like even though it's design, it does has to do with animation because usually when you animate, you end up like having to rotate the characters and make it do stuff, and you have to know like what it looks like on all the angles.
Hmm.
Um, so that's I guess that's where it started or where I got like the experience of how doing that. Obviously, I'm not like I'm sure like I make mistakes in my character design because this is new to me to actually make character design for like a show.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But I mean, learning as I go. But animation is really my the thing that how you say that in English? It's like what I'm specialized
Your
in.
passion,
Like
like,
yes,
okay.
my passion and what I specialize in is really animation. And then for rigging is the only reason why I know rigging is because I also specialize in 2D Toon Boom animation, um, digital puppet animation. So like
Mm.
although I did learn how to do traditional animation, I just ended up always getting jobs for like digital puppet animation. So I ended up specializing in that. And I found that like when you animate a digital puppet, it's always easier when you know how it works. So I started to get interested at rigging just so I can animate the digital puppet better. And it really helped. It really served me well. Like knowing how to quickly resolve issues as you animate or like to cheat or like break the rig as we say like to make it
Mhm.
do what you want it to do for a certain scene, it's very precious and useful. So like whoever is watching this and is a digital animator, highly recommend to learn how to rig. You don't have to become a rigger, but at least to know the basics to help you with the technicality of it. So yeah, I hope that answered your question.
Oh, it sure does. That's really awesome. Thank you. Um, yeah, so I was actually wondering if
Yes.
you would show us a test on the
A
rig.
test? Oh, I
Mm,
don't have any
oh,
tests on the
You don't
rig
have a
right
rig?
now. I do have a rig, but it's not finished.
like to tease
Although
us
I
You
all.
can
can
show us. Oh,
Sure, I can open it if I can try to open it if I find it. Just yeah, give me a quick sec because it's been a while since I dig through it.
surprise! We're making you show us
Yeah,
stuff.
surprise. No, but
Yay!
that's okay. It's fun. Like it's been a while, but just remember it's not finished. And I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
that like a while ago. So I need to go back into it.
I
But
just
it's good.
it's not it would be really cool to see it
Yeah, yeah,
because as all of you know, while Molly's gonna look for it, first of all, the project it's being developed, right? So um, Molly's posting work in progress for the project um, on Patreon. So anything that will come with like rig development, boards, and anything else that's in production, the progress will be posted on Patreon. So for those of you who are listening and you are interested to follow the project and its progress, essentially this is the Gertrude Projet Patreon page that I'm sharing right now while I'm here and I'm talking and I'm promoting and Molly's got the
yeah.
rig opening up. And also, there's the LinkedIn page, the Gertrude Projet LinkedIn page, where you can find posts every Monday with a little bit of a preview of what's been worked on, whether it's storyboards or design or rigging. There's usually something that is posted about the project, and so yeah, check these out. And do you want me to flip back to you, Molly?
Yeah, that's perfect timing because I just
Nice.
opened it.
There it
Thanks, Anya.
is.
Just in time.
Um, just in time. So this is a rig that I started to make for Gertrude. So like I started to make the rotation for it. It's actually my first time that I'm gonna try to make a rig that have a master controller head. So for those who like rigging and technical stuff, so basically the master controller head is like when you can use a little screen and then you just move a dot and then it automatically rotate your head as you move the dot. I'm not at that step yet, but I'm preparing for it. So the first step is just making sure the character rotates. So I have like the rotation here of like all the angles. Oh, and then I can interpolate. It doesn't interpolate good because I didn't finish that part, but I can just show still like it rotates in between. Need to be refined, obviously, but yeah, it can
Yeah,
rotate in between the shapes. So that's pretty cool. And then I made so like here I have like the node view. So like where all the Gertrude stuff is, all the drawings and all the stuff. So I have like so here there's a lot of writings because I tried to make this rig like bilingual. So I just like translated a bunch of words on the side.
Wow.
so
Like you
nicely organized, by the way.
thank you. It's not
Yes.
finished once again, and it's been a while since I opened it. But yeah.
Oh, it's all good. But I've seen builds because I used to do, some builds and animate
Right.
on Toon Boom, and I would get sometimes some builds that I'm like, what's happening here? It
Yeah.
looks like a spaghetti, like somebody threw spaghetti against the wall,
Yeah.
and he just all over the place.
Yeah, and there's multiple way to go about rigging, and every studios or even like builders have like different ways of doing it. So like
Yeah,
it's always like there's different techniques too. But like in this one is just I just laid out everything as if you're reading a book. So
yeah,
the head section, body section, lower section, um and then yeah, like I just added like a bunch of like deformers onto this,
nice.
like and just like if I activate all of them, whoops, not like that, but here. No, why
Yeah,
does it not do it? One sec. I
because
just did it.
deformers can
Yeah,
be
here.
mean to you.
Yeah, so here, like that's a lot of deformers because there's a lot of
Yeah,
pieces too. So like, you can see like I just did all the deformers and the cutters and stuff. It's a lot of fun because like it's been a while since I did rigging, so it was like stretching my my muscle and my problem solving skills. So that's
Hmm.
that was cool. So like, now I can do.
So coming down to like software that you're using, due to the price on, I'm gonna touch on this, it's just the fact
Oh
that
yeah.
Toon Boom is so expensive, and as an independent creator, are you finding that you might have to look into other venues like maybe Moho, or would you use any other tools? Because there's a lot of new tools coming out nowadays, that can do what you're trying to do here. Like obviously,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call out Moho because it's the one that I'm kind of like pretty fascinated with right now. How easy would it be for you to grab what you've done and then rebuild it if you needed to? Like what pipeline are you thinking of using to go through with your project?
Yeah. So like very good question. The very first At first, I thought it was going to be Tumboom because that's what I used like all my career.
Yeah.
Um, and then they decided to stop perpetual license, which is very sad.
Mhm.
The only reason why I have a license right now is because that's a perpetual license that I had before they stopped that. So I still have that old version that have the perpetual license. Um, so
Right.
that's why I'm able to like do stuff. But eventually I know that like if I want to progress in this project, I will have to have the help of other people. And
Yeah.
and now the software, like you mentioned, is not cheap. And licenses are expensive for an artist and compared to like a studio that have budgets and stuff. So yeah, I did consider other software like Moho mainly because Moho is very is I feel like Moho is the closest software to Toon Boom in terms of like how
Builds.
there's a lot of like good things that Moho can do in a
Yeah.
different way than Toon Boom, obviously. Um, Toon Boom, although is more advanced, I guess, like in their that's my personal opinion, by the way, like
Yeah. Yeah. Of
but
course.
like Toon Boom is more advanced and like in terms of certain other things, like everything that you can do with like the puppets, the digital puppets and stuff. That's very
Hmm.
advanced, and in that sense, like there's Toon Boom is still at the top, but I feel like Moho is getting there.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I feel like it's still doable. Like I now I'm not sure anymore if I'm gonna
Yeah.
stay with Toon Boom or go with Moho. To be honest, now it's in Toon Boom because like I started in it, but like I don't know if it. I'm
Right.
very not sure like if it's gonna move to Moho or not. But I'm definitely considering it. Although I do need to learn it first. So like I'm in the process of doing that right now to see if it's like going to work or not.
Viable. Well, and
Yeah.
that's the thing. I think in the coming years, there's gonna be like a lot of there will be a lot of new software coming in, but
Mm-hmm.
that will compete. And I think it's healthy competition to have that.
Yeah.
But like, and that's the thing. Any future productions for any creator at this time, it's like it's one of those where like if you have it for now because you're renting it or you have a license because of work or whatever, you take an opportunity. But once that's actually you know that gone, you have to find another venue of finishing your project. One of the
Yeah.
hardest problems, like for example with Adobe, remember they're saying animate in a year it'll be gone, and there's so many people making their game, and you're like, what am I gonna do? So
Yeah.
is there a solution that you have just in case something like this? Well, obviously, like the rug gets pulled under you, and then you're like, crap, now I'm in production,
Yeah.
and I need to start building all this stuff. Like, do you have options? You do have options, but
Yeah.
how do you feel about that? Like, does it make you nervous, or does it make you excited that there's new tools that are going to be coming into the system, I guess, that can
Uh,
help you produce
More
stuff?
excited. I'm a very like technical person. Like what I mean by that is I like problem solving and I like doing those sort of things. So like
Yeah.
I think it's exciting to like learn new program and new tools to help doing animation. I think that like it will like every solution will depend on what is happening on the project. So like for
Hmm.
Gertrude, I might need something specifically that can only be done in a certain program, but maybe someone else have another project that can totally be done in some other program. So I think
Right.
it's like it's not a universal solution. It's more like case by case type of thing. But in my case, I feel that it could be done both in Moho and Toon Boom. I
Yeah.
feel like so far. Um, so yeah, I hope that answered the
Right on.
questions.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Awesome. Um, so for the rig,
Yes.
we could move on to the other artwork unless you want to talk how long it took you to make the rig briefly, just so we can see the other characters, like in your lineup,
Um,
in your design.
yeah, I can reshare the characters for the rig. I'll go back to the. Let me know when you can see.
Yeah, we're good. Sharing
Okay.
your drawings now. Yep.
Yeah, the rig took me. Doing a rig is like always long. Like every step is like takes some times. I don't exactly remember to be honest because it's been a while. But I would say like a view or maybe like doing a view or two per day until the rotation is done, and then you have to add a couple more days to add extra stuff. Like doing a master controller is also taking some time. So another couple days for that. Um, and yeah, so I would say like it's a maybe a few weeks for every
Okay.
character, every a few weeks depending on what the character is and how many view it has. Like Gertrude has a lot of views and like it rotate like completely, so obviously it's going to take more time than the others. But yeah, definitely like a few weeks. Um, from what I can remember. And yeah, I can go through like the characters and then tell you a little bit about them, I guess. So like Gertrude, we
Hmm.
already saw her. What I just want to mention what I like about her is like she's very hairy. She's a hairy
Yeah.
woman. She has like, you know, leg hair. She has a little shaggy, like a little tuft of hair over there, mustache and some like, you know, I think it's nice to not have like conventional looking women. So like she's one of them. And then we have this dude. That's the guy that was talking about like his pubic hair
With his
power.
pubes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So like obviously now
Captain
he's
Pube there.
dressed, but like when he's undressed, he has like this huge bush in front, you know, right there. And he's also part of the bicycle gang. He's like the vice president basically. Um, and Gertrude was the president. And I'm just gonna stop that there. I don't want to reveal
Yeah.
spoilers. And this one,
Spoilers.
yeah, and this is another bicycle gang members, Ginette. She is a contortionist, and she has been. It's all old people, by the way. So like, she has a career in like a circus. Although like she was a very jealous person, and then, you know, some of her competition started to suddenly disappear, and she got fired. So now she's there. And she has, oh yeah, her superpowers. She has like toenails, like really sharp, like razor, and she kind of like do those weird contortionist dance position as she fight is very like you know, awkward type of a thing. It's pretty interesting. This is the guy I was talking about that like eat metals. So he has a little necklace that like he has like his dentures in it. Like and he likes gold, as you can see. He has little accessories and gold and stuff.
Damn.
And then this big dude, this is a color test for him, so that's why he's like in three times.
Right.
Yeah, he's just a big hairy dude. Also in the bicycle gang that can that is he's kind of like a porcupine basically. Um, so yeah, that's him. And then she was a nun. She is not anymore. And she is the treasurer of the bicycle gang. And then this is the motorcycle, which I'm pretty excited about. At first, I was super excited about like having a bicycle gang. I like to watch like those shows with like motorcycle gang shows and stuff like that. And then I was like, I'm gonna do a motorcycle for each one of them that represent them. But then I was like, well, we're only two people right now working on this. So, and
It's a
there's
lot of work.
70s character already. So yeah, 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 it's a lot of work. So I was like, all right, let me just do this one bicycle that like motorcycle that will represent them, and then that's what we went with. And then this is the logo of the bicycle gang. So that was also a lot of fun to design, which is like kind of like a mean. hell pug something type of thing. So it's a bit like silly, not serious, but not serious. And then we have this is the sidekicks, so like the kids that will help her on the journey. The two only young characters in this series. So this is Francis from Barbados, and the reason why specifically Barbados, just a slice of life, is because I have some friends that are also from Barbados, and I wanted to integrate them somehow in the story because they have helped them. They have helped me a lot in my life. So I was like, why not like kind of mix it up a bit? So it's a little
Right.
homage. So like it's a mix of like two of my friends merged together that ended up being that character. Um, and then we have like her
Very cool.
twin. That's her twin. That's the new designs that I made like really recently. Um, And then this is color test once again for like another character, which is the priest um, of like the village. And he has some like very interesting hobbies. I'm just gonna stop there. You can discover that if you
Yeah.
follow the
There's
Patreon
a
stuff.
yeah, there's a question from Hova Divine too.
Sure,
Has an animatic been completed?
it's almost completed.
Yeah,
So
how far are
like,
you? Yep.
well, Sonia, I guess you can answer that question because you're the person that's making it. So,
But I rather the creator talk. Okay, God.
but
Um,
just say how much left there is.
it's in the rough stage, so there's still. But you know what? What is helpful for the animatic is that Molly got scratch track,
Oh
so
yeah,
Oh,
recordings.
yeah.
nice.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the recordings of the voices and what you did and which?
Sure,
Yeah.
if you want to. So like, so um I think for that, like we Sonia told me that because I never did like the storyboard part. That's not my specialty, obviously. So she told me that she needed voices to help her do the animatics. I was like, all right. So I got my friends to help me. So obviously it's temporary. So like I gathered some of my friends to help me record the voices of all the characters. So we sat down and then we just acted out the characters, like all the scripts. So that was a very fun exercise. I never have done that before. It was very
That's really
silly.
fun though.
Yeah, yeah, it was very silly and funny, and my friend also liked it. So now
Good.
she's using that to help her. Obviously, like if we when we gonna be at the step of like getting money and stuff like that, trying to get money and stuff like that, we're gonna pay people to actually act it out. But like right now, is doing the job, and it's pretty fun. So
Very
yeah.
cool.
Tell us about this
Um,
guy.
oh yeah, yeah, this guy Clovis, the assistant of the priest. I have not much to say. This poor guy has seen too much. Let me just say that. The priest is not the other priest that I showed is not really how should I say?
Appropriate.
He's not, yeah, he's not appropriate. He's not sparing the poor Clovis. And yeah, so this is some of the incidental characters, so they all kind of have the same body because I wanted to save time. So I was like, they all gonna have the same body with some, different stuff that will make it a bit different and different heads. So incidentals, incidental men, and I think that's it for the characters. Like that's all the 17 characters. Oh, that's back to the pitch Bible.
It's a lot
And
of
then
characters.
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of characters. Oh yeah, and last image is like this is a very early drawing of like a while back that when I was like, what what is this a superhero from Quebec would look like. So I took the flag of Quebec and I just tried a bunch of stuff. Um until I went with the costume that you saw. So that's kind
Nice.
of it. And then this.
Yeah, that's a good one. Signature image.
Yeah. So like you see, like there's a lot of like drawings and stuff. Like they're right now they're very like how it like stiff, but it's because like they're very like they are in a neutral position that I need for rigging. So I'm trying to be very
Mhm.
efficient with my time and to not do too much random drawings because like since there's a lot of characters and a lot to do for like an episode for like two people right now, like we need to progress
Bring
as
it in.
yeah, yeah, we need to progress as we can. So we're trying to like spare time where and be efficient where we can. So that has been very interesting exercise too, to go through that. So yeah.
That's awesome.
That's
Um,
very cool.
yeah, like we're just reaching up to our end mark. I just wanted to ask you if you would talk a little bit about what it's been like, essentially, because the goal is to make it, right? And to self-fund it essentially. So then what have you been doing to build a bit of audience? What that's been like for you? Do you schedule your posts on social media, for LinkedIn, and essentially the kind of content you're looking to put on a Patreon, and like what are you thinking in terms of like
Of
making
the all that.
finishing it? Yeah, being able to finish
Right.
it, how you gonna pay for it? Yeah.
Yeah, that was okay, well, first it was a very interesting process to get into like social media and promote a project because like I never done that and I saw a lot of people doing it on YouTube and things like that. And I was like, it seems like a lot of work, but I think it's going to be fine. And then you get into it and you're like, oh shit, it's really a lot of work. So
Hmm.
so like it was like a an adjustment phase where it's like trying to find what was working for like for our um her schedules and stuff like that and try to get understanding how all everything works. We're still learning and we're still trying to make this to make this work, but it's progressing. And then where was I going with this? Yeah, so like we decided to stick on with like Patreon for now. We just started to like put stuff on it now to be more serious about posting stuff. But LinkedIn has been feeding for like a while. LinkedIn is
Yeah.
good, although like we did learn that like LinkedIn is more like obviously it's more for professionals, so it's kind of harder to get like regular audience on LinkedIn. So there's basically none. So like that's why the Patreon. So like it's just to try to get regular people to see that, and hopefully they will also enjoy it. So yeah, I feel like I'm missing a part of the
Are you
question.
thinking of doing a Kickstarter, or maybe
Oh yeah.
expanding the social media, like trying a different platform?
Yeah, yeah. So like I guess right now the goal is to get eyeballs on the project. That's the main thing. Because like I feel like we just started, even though I say that I started a while ago, I feel like we just started to put it out there. So I feel like the goal right now is just to get people to know that it exists and see it. So if you like this, please share it. And then once we get a bigger audience, then I guess the next phase would be then to have a Kickstarter, because starting a Kickstarter when no one knows that your show exists, I feel that's not really going to get a lot of money. So like first getting people to know it exists and then trying to do a Kickstarter. So I don't know, personally, that's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, and then there's something that you do on Mondays, every Monday, right? You use Twitch?
Yeah, what do you do Mondays?
Yeah, it's but I like how you ask your question. Yeah, you do something on the yeah
Yeah.
with Sonia. So like with
You're
with Sonia, with Sonia on Mondays we are working on the show. So like whatever we're at and we're trying to do is like we're gonna do it every Monday from 8 to 10 p.m. And it's on Twitch. So like it's the Gertrude Project. And it's 18 plus. We are in that section. Like you cannot find it in the regular Twitch because there's a
Because
lot of
what
like
happened that one time? Like,
yes,
tell us about it.
right.
Educate
Because
about Twitch, please.
we have learned the hard way. So like I thought it was going to be fine to like just draw naked people on Twitch, and I have learned that it is not the case. So like I was drawing when I was drawing the guy with the pubic hair, actually I had to draw it naked first so that then I could add stuff on it because of his powers and stuff. So like that was the first video, and then someone reported us and we got banned. So I was like, all right. So So then I when I read and afterwards we read the guideline of Twitch, and then that's where I learned that I needed actually to be in the other section, the 18 plus. But now I know. So now we are in the 18 plus section, so you can find us there. So we are yeah, because there's nudity, and there's sex scenes and violence and stuff, because when Sonia storyboards, sometimes there's parts that there's stuff happening, so that's that.
Stuff
Yeah,
happens. Should be the
Still
title. Stuff
happens.
happens.
Yeah, and right now, like, once again, like, I'm doing the designs right now until it's done, and then Sonia does the board. So that's where we are right now on Twitch. Like, that's what we were showing.
And also because it
right
helps
on.
motivate each other.
Yeah. It's pretty
Keep
fun to
going.
like just hang out and stuff.
Going.
Sometimes we're quiet because, like, obviously we're learning to how to do Twitch. So sometimes we just
Yeah.
get concentrated, and then nobody talks for a little bit. It's like, oh yeah, right. Um, but yeah.
Yeah, it's very hard to do that. That is I admire those people who can draw and talk at the same time.
Oh
I am
yeah.
not one of those.
That's definitely a skill to do both at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, but yeah, we're learning. We're learning.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing, right?
Right, yeah. And it's been a lot of fun. Like, I encourage everyone who has a little project that they want to make, like, do it now. Like, it's so fun to just like sit down and like create your own world and then your own character. It's really a big change from like doing it for someone else. It is fun too, although like I feel like it feels more how do you say that in English? It feels more intellectual in I'm
Consiguiamo.
gonna mess up my English now because like the later it gets, the more I lose my English.
Uh,
But it's more like I don't know, like stimulating. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Like it's very stimulating to, to create something out of nowhere for yourself. So yeah.
definitely. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's 9:02. We're going to,
Oh, it's
I guess, wrap it up.
ooh, it's
Yeah.
already done. Wow, that went quick. Well, thanks
Yes.
guys.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Goes quicker than you think.
yeah. We'll show everybody Jose's drawing one last time. There it
Ma
is. It's a
yeah,
really pretty
sorry, I shouldn't
lady.
even be drawing.
So no,
I
it's
totally
beautiful.
forgot to draw.
Taking me
Oh,
too
that's very
long.
nice.
Yeah, it's really pretty. Good job. Uh, yeah. Molly, thank you so much for sharing with us
Yes, absolutely.
your
And
project.
yeah, and thank
And
you guys.
and then your expertise. And for those of you
Oh
who are
boy.
interested in
Yeah,
learning more about rigging and animation, like Molly said, get on that. If anybody wants to reach out and have questions about the project, you can find the LinkedIn page, you can find the Patreon page, you can find Molly on LinkedIn as well,
Of
um,
course.
mhm.
and just message her and tell her how much you love or hate the project, as she said when she
No, just
pitched
love.
it. Just love.
Just love.
But if you hate it, don't message her.
Just don't mention me. It's okay. You don't have to like it.
Or yeah, or if you have if you're from Quebec and you're thinking to make your own project, Molly,
Yeah, if
um,
you hate it, it means that it's just not for you,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
and then
and
yeah,
you don't have to say mean things.
we definitely hope to have more like Quebec French creators making stuff and see more of that, right? So, um,
Yay.
Definitely.
thank you YouTube, thank you to Hobo Divine 2 and
Yes.
Ma Macafe. Oh my God, I can't do it.
Makafui.
Yeah, but it's like
Makafix on
Macafix.
YouTube.
Macafix on YouTube. The name handle. Macafix.
Right.
Yes, thanks guys for joining us.
Hi, Makafui. Thank you
Uh,
for watching us every week. I did
yes,
notice.
it's amazing. And we
Appreciate it.
we will all be in Ottawa, by the way, in the Ottawa International Film Festival. All of us, the
Heck
three of
Yeah.
yeah.
us, are going to be there. Come and meet us there if you live in the area.
Yeah,
So,
We're
don't
gonna
be a
be
stranger. Come
bopping.
say hi.
yeah, thank you all
Yeah.
and have a great night.
Have a good
Bye
night.
bye.
Bye bye.
Okay.